The Minecraft link is in there.
I'm looking at Pride pictures.
That's fine.
I can see. Yeah, I can just see my hood through like the gap of a shoulder for somebody else. But all of these people, all these pups, I can see right at the front. I know all of them.
Really? Yeah.
I'm just looking. It's like I know him. 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 I know him and him.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen both of those. Anything else? Don't know those two. I've seen him. How did I get that? I typed in London human puppy 2019 and I got a fucking goat.
Well, I know
Like,
furries.
okay. I'm just looking. Yay. You get some really weird things when the searches don't quite link up.
No kidding.
I'm currently looking at a joint of meat.
Well, I know
Like,
furries.
okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream.
Are you live?
I've been live. I've been just letting you talk about puppy play stuff.
Oh, well, I'm currently searching for pictures. No, that's the pub walk.
What's your Twitter handle?
Damon pub.
Alright.
London pub walk.
Huh.
That's what it was. Pub walk.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
it's just universal pictures of Pride. Very difficult to actually find the pubs. Hopefully this year's Pride is going to be good.
Okay, yeah, so I think, people are starting to tune in and then fade away once they realize it's us. It's okay. People can hear me better today, which is nice.
Magic.
The reason I realized why I was so quiet was because I had put my soundboard in a bag to go film something with someone else. When I pulled it out,
That was stupid.
Well, no, the soundboard's fine. It's just the volumes got all sort of like unadjusted. Before I talk dirty, I guess I'll just talk clean for a while.
There we go.
Um,
I see you're already in. That didn't take long.
oh, I've been in. My bunny friend here is a nice guy.
Now.
3 people watching. That means. Oh, hi,
I'm one of them.
Monroe AXW, who says hello or hi.
I mean, you're
As
actually kind of lucky because I probably wouldn't be getting home till about now if I'd have actually gone and had my tattoo done. My artist is sick.
How is your tattoo art coming along? You can see his art on Twitter. By the way,
Yeah, it's
Pup Damon.
coming along nicely. Got the
Or
second
Damon
done.
Pup.
Still only got the second bit done, but got to reschedule.
Yeah. So as the name suggests, this is the chill stream. This is not.
In other words,
We don't
just
plan for
of
what's going to
an hour.
happen, and
We just chat.
you literally. And for those of you who are used to YouTubers saying that and then still pulling something out of the rear end, I am incapable of pulling. I can pull certain things out of my rear
I was
end,
gonna
but
say you might want to reword that one.
when it comes to trying to pull humorous and intellectual conversation out of my rear end, that's a bit trickier for me to do.
I don't think we could never do intellectual conversation even if we planned it for 6 years.
Monroe asks how are we today. I am fantastic.
I'm pretty good.
Well, over the weekend, or the week, my car ran off the
Still
road.
trying to figure out what your friend's house is meant to be.
Oh, you over there? Anyway,
I'm flying above it. I'm just wondering what this giant pillar is for.
oh, he says it's like a mob spawner or something.
I timed out.
Anyway, some
Again?
sort of like it's a mob spawner. Anyway, my story. How I was. I'm answering. Robert. Someone says to call him. Okay.
Well, you
Chat.
Robert, Aaron.
Yeah. Anyway. So my car went off the road. This
Whoops.
week, and yep, it totaled. The airbag went off. Because the sensor just got hit just in the right way, which meant that a $500 repair would have, airbags are like $1,200, just straight fee, right away. So today, I scrapped the car, and
fuck off, internet.
and I bought a new one.
Internets are being a shit.
I bought a 2019 Hyundai Elantra. Yup.
Nerd.
I was going to go for a 2001 Toyota Camry,
Nerd.
but they sold it from underneath me. And
Please don't time out again. Please don't time out again.
talk about what? Oh, you said don't time out again. You're having trouble connecting to the internet. Oh, it's a good thing.
I keep connecting and then instantly disconnecting. I was trying to TP to you and then it said nope, fuck you, kick me off.
Yeah. Anyway, despite being 28, my parents still wanted to be there for the purchasing of the vehicle. I didn't want to lease, but they convinced everyone otherwise.
So what happened?
So you literally did not hear me.
Your parents did what?
Oh, they convinced us that leasing would work because they would, this time, they would, all the money paid for the lease would go into the, if I wanted to buy the car, they would consider all the money paid for the lease as payments. Like, payments.
Oh, okay.
It's not like you would pay for the car twice, essentially, which is how a lot of these things work out.
Fair enough.
Which is a pretty
I
nice
can't
deal.
seem to join you. I can't seem to join you because it just keeps booting me off the minute I join.
I wonder if it's because Cam's in.
Possibly, but so I don't want to kick him out. So I'll just talk with you and I'll play something else, or I might continue writing my book. No, because that means I need to focus.
We all know puppies can't focus.
Right, I have to focus. So what can I do?
Play with yourself. I mean, play games with yourself.
I was gonna say I can't do that on camera.
You're not on camera. You're on voice. You
Yeah, no one wants to hear me make those noises.
No,
No, I want to save those games for when I do my recording and finally get me internet sorted. Yeah, I said about me continuously uploading, and then my laptop went fuck you.
well, you can just keep trying in the background. I'm sure it'll work out for you. Any topics you want to talk about today? What about? I think Mr. S. Leather did a video where they went to was it Mr. International Rubber? And I was watching that video. That place looks amazing. It's in Chicago. It probably already happened at this point since they're doing the video now. But would you ever want to go to like a rubber event first or a leather event first?
Probably leather.
Really? You're a leather kind of guy, aren't you?
I like my leather.
I don't know. Rubber. So there's this thing that old people like leather while young. Well, the rubber is like the young hip thing.
I'm not. I'm not. I don't mind it, but I prefer leather.
Do you like
Fucking type, you bastard.
do you like rubber puppy gear better or like the rubber gimp gear? Because we all know that. We start talking about what my channel is actually about, and people start disappearing.
Huh?
No, I was just saying. I started talking about the rubber gear, and people were like, "Bye." No, no. I'm joking. It's like you know what this channel is about.
No, it might have been me leaving because I closed my. YouTube.
Oh, maybe I don't know. My
I had
mom.
the pictures. Where'd they go?
My mom asked what my YouTube channel was today, and I was like, thank God I have this other account with this tech channel that I could just give out.
I can't remember what I typed. Check my chat.
Yep, not even listening to what
There
I'm
we go.
saying. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for something.
I'm
looking for something.
Oh, I like big butts, and I cannot lie. What did I say? Huh?
Oh, piss off.
Ah, you know who's really into that. You're not like a WS kind of person, are you?
WS.
Think about it. It's a
I'm tired. I can't think.
It's an abbreviation for one of the words is sport.
No, whatever.
Well, this is Minecraft. And this is Pup Damon on the line. I'm joined with my friend Cam is Epic. That's such a fun.
Fred Cam is epic. Okay.
Yes, his username is Cam is Epic. Let's talk about roleplay. You wrote short stories, haven't you?
I'm writing a novel.
So, alright, so you're creative. Tell us, like, what you think about, like, text.
I'm writing a novel. I've not written one, I'm writing one.
Right. So, tell us your thoughts on, text roleplay. Like the sexting, but, like, you know, like, not like quick little lines, but, like, you know, like, longer bits.
As long as you do it with someone who's willing to do it as well, it can always be fun.
I know, but like.
All I can really say, I don't really know what kind of question you're asking me.
No, like, what's your thoughts on Discord? Look at my other videos.
I'd rather not.
Not you. I was talking to chat. I don't have the Discord link handy at the moment. It's in the description of my other videos.
Have you got Dead Island?
What's that? A game?
It's a zombie game.
Oh, I haven't heard of it. Tell us about it.
It's a zombie game.
Okay.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
Is there anything you can talk about in detail tonight?
No.
What a
It's feeling too lazy.
what a useless co-host. No, I'm joking.
I'm still trying. I'm looking at nearly 50 different games and I can't decide what I want to do. That'll do. Dead Cells.
Say that'll do, pig. That'll do.
Shut up.
Well, I mean, you already got the first part. You just need to say pig. We can get you a rubber pig.
If I ever meet you, I'm going to pluck your eyebrows out with a pair of tweezers.
Aw, but we're such good friends.
Okay, I haven't played Dead Cells for quite a while, and I log in, and the first thing I see is Pimp My Run.
So, is the users good to create like custom content and stuff?
It's just Dead Cells. It's just a game. you have a look on my YouTube channel, you can see me playing an update for a while ago. I've
So,
played it for a while, so I'm probably gonna die.
oh yeah, so I got you into Second Life.
Mhm.
And what was your experience with it? Hey,
It was
Johnny.
good. Can't really say I played masses of it. Been a little busy.
Now, when I say text roleplay, I mean like there's a sex prison that I go to in that game. Mostly furries, but it's fine. I'm a furry too.
But yeah,
And
it's fun.
Cam, you can type in chat and maybe they'll see it
What the hell is that
on
meant
the
to be?
screen. What is what? You're looking at.
Yeah, I'm just playing Dead Cells. I'm looking at new stuff.
Anyway, so the reason why I brought that all up was if you quiet,
That
quiet.
moment when you can't remember how to play a game and you start internally panicking. That's how you do
Well, I'm trying to tell a story. I'm trying to be intelligent, and I got.
That's
Oh,
dangerous.
well, you're acting the way you should as a puppy,
Uh,
and you don't even realize it. Now, ladies and gentlemen,
go.
Pup Damon and his unintelligible
Weird noises.
sounds. Anyway,
I'm a YouTuber. That's what's even more worrying.
you. Well, I would make the argument that to be a YouTuber, you have to post videos.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. You don't have to apologize.
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I said one would argue that to be a YouTuber, you actually have to post videos.
Oh, go fuck yourself. It's not my fault my internet's a pile of shit.
Anyway,
Oh, that's a bomb.
I was going to tell the audience why text roleplay. Yes, hi Cam. Thank you for joining in chat. I was going to say why text roleplay could help if you're in one of them long distance things.
I suppose so.
In a game like Second Life. Mostly, I'm trying to say this is a thing that exists.
That was a long way down.
That's what she said. But more importantly than that, if you are in a long distance relationship with another pup, I'm going to turn your volume down. What you can do, I would recommend joining Second Life if you're in one of them long distance relationships, like a pup thing or you're your alpha. It's the best that high speed bandwidth can give you right now. In terms of customizing how you look, doing whatever you want. Yeah, you can sex it up, but you can also be like, yo, let's go golfing or fly, even though it's not the best experience, but with some webcams and your characters getting intimate with each other, they can definitely help you in a situation. Anyway, other topics pertaining to what I talk about on my YouTube channel, like the Monday Show and Pop Talk. What would you say is hey, what type of kinks have you done?
What kinds of kinks have I done?
Yes.
Bondage, electro, spanking, breath play.
Ooh, tell us about breath play. What are some safety tips when doing
I've done breath play once, so I can't really
Okay, was it done?
elaborate that much.
I'm guessing it was done to you.
Yes.
Tell us about, was that
was-
nervous? Was it?
It was nerve-wracking. Because the person I did the scene with, I didn't know what to expect. Like, we weren't even planning to do it. It just, he suggested it, and I thought, why not? I'll have a go.
That
So
seems.
I didn't have any idea what to expect. So, but he was really good. He explained everything to me. He was very, very good.
Um.
He explained everything to me. He didn't push me too far. He knew my limits. So, and he was ow.
That's one way to start a scene with the word "ow." Um. No, so it sounds like fun. What did you get out of the experience?
I discovered a new kink
All right. Okay.
and had a really good time.
So was it like a lightheaded feeling, or was it like, because like that's a hard instinct to um get pleasure out
I
of.
mean, for me, it was. I think it was the adrenaline that was running through my system. It was just, I loved it. Like it was such a thrill.
I'm assuming you were being
Fucking
like,
move.
I'm assuming you were like being stroked or something while that was
Yes.
happening. Okay.
I'm gonna die. Fucking hell. Bugger off. Sorry. Yeah, I was. He was teasing me and edging me throughout the entire thing.
Would you have wanted to do it if he wasn't stroking you? He was just getting off in the power exchange.
Sorry.
Would you have still done the scene if he was just getting off on the power exchange and you weren't being stimulated in any way other than the breath control?
Probably. I enjoyed it either way. It was fun. It's one of my main kinks now.
I thought you said you only did it once.
Yeah.
And it's already your main kink.
One of them.
Right. What type of instrument did he? Did he just use his hands, or did he have the mask
Gas,
or
gas,
mask?
gas mask with a tube.
Did he put like a rebreather on it?
No,
No.
just a an detachable tube to the end of the mask, which he then would just put his hand over or place on my leg, so that I would create the suction on my own.
Yes,
Ow.
yes, Johnny. Breath play is actually pretty dangerous, and if you're not careful, you'll die.
Yeah, it is dangerous, which is why I haven't done it again, as I only plan to do it with him.
Does I know tube length makes a difference in the experience, because it's more air you have to breathe through, or a longer distance your lungs have to pull the air. Any thoughts on like wanting to do it with a shorter or an even longer tube?
I would just like to do it again, but I can't really say, as like I said,
Would you want to like combine?
I've only done it once, so.
Would you want to combine it with like some heavy bondage, so like you couldn't move, and maybe some e-stim? Wow.
I mean, I was restrained when we did it.
How was that experience?
It was really good.
A lot of subs will say that the harder that they can fight against the chains and the cuffs without them giving way, is what they want. And if the restraints give it all, that sort of like takes them out of the experience. How is that for you?
I had some give so I could move, but not to the extent where I could get away. I was very, very clearly restrained. I knew the dynamic. I knew I wasn't going to get out. I didn't want to get out. Coupled with the fact I was a bit nervous about the type of play we were doing, so I was a good boy.
Hang on. Okay, so yeah, you didn't. So do you ever do the mischievous, like, I'm going to be mischievous today and hope that I get, quote unquote punished?
Yeah, I am a brat, so I do it all the time.
So that involves like a lot of impact play, I imagine. Like spankings and like floggers and stuff.
It was simply because I had never done the kink kick before. I didn't know what to expect.
Alright.
So, I mean,
So,
hey,
your other kink, E-stem. You have a lot of that? Or more
what
experience
about it?
with E-stem?
Yeah, I love it. I've only done it with one person though, same guy.
I tried it once, but it was with a really, let's say, inexpensive set. I imagine this guy sounds experienced. He must have like a more.
It was a good set.
Do you think that makes all the difference? Because the
Uh,
one I had
I,
a
w-
lot of hot spots.
I mean, I wouldn't know. We accidentally broke it when he took it off me.
Wait, it broke?
One of the pads came off when he took it off my leg.
Well, I thought those were detachable anyway and replaceable. Or was this one like?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I can't really remember. It was a while ago.
Would you describe it as like both warm and vibration? Kind of like as a like as a feeling? Because when I tried it, the best way I could describe it was like a vibrator with a heating unit.
I'd say it was just tingly for me.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of like um would you say that
It was
different
tingly and it made everything go tingle tingle throb. So that's happy.
Yeah, it was. Now that I remember it. Anyway, tell us about Headspace and what it's like to get into the Headspace for you.
For me, just relaxing. It's relaxing. It's stress free. I really enjoy it.
When you get deep enough, you start doing things just because they seem like good ideas, and you're not really thinking about in like what would I do, but like more like you just do it.
When I'm in a deep headspace, I think I just act as I feel, as a puppy would.
I found that myself, where you sort
Oh,
of
that's
just
gross.
you like get an idea in your head and you just sort of do it, and you don't really think about is this a good idea or is this a bad idea, which a lot of people have that.
When I
Which,
go into my headspace, I stop thinking. So
which is why you always recommend if you're going to be you don't want to do it, try to get that deep alone at home.
yeah, you don't.
You want
It's not really safe.
um
Ow! 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 Ow!
see that's the
That
sound
hits me again. I am so dead.
that's the sound that a puppy makes when they're
Die! Die! Die!
pup.
I'm out of ammo. Shit.
And that's the sound that a psychotic puppy makes.
Shit. Avoided that, luckily. I really need to get some of this spewed fire. I've got a sword that dishes out oil, the flammable oil, and I'm using an ice bow.
Oh, yeah.
Makes sense. Oh fuck.
So
We
you
need
got
to stop giving me
huh? You got any friends who want to be on the show?
no.
Well,
How many friends do you think I have?
well, I assumed that you were, popular because I thought like all puppies in across the pond sort of like knew each other.
I just know a lot. I know lots of people because I went to Pride. That's the only reason.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Claw I think is in April. But no, well that's over here in America. I forgot what Claw stands for. If it's exclusively a rubber event or if it's more focused on the puppy and leather or rubber isn't really the primary focus there. Um, what kind of things do you like to do at events? Because you could go in your puppy gear, and that gives you one experience, or you could go back in like a
There we
uh,
go.
like not puppy gear, but like sort of like human mode for the duration, and they give like totally different experiences.
I'm not sure what you mean.
I am surprised, but I will try to re-explain what I just said.
Please do.
If you go to an event and you go as a puppy, like specifically,
Yeah.
it can be a very different experience if you go to an event in people mode, because
Oh yeah, it will be. Well, it's probably just more focused on the fun. You're not really focused on anything else.
and I would argue that if you're going to an event for the first time, you might want to go in like people mode, because
Yeah, I did.
you're more likely to be able to get exposed to I mean, there are people at those
Ow!
events.
My God, that did so much damage. That did so much damage.
Talking to you is like talking to like a 5-year-old child sometimes, but I'll do my best.
Uh, uh,
All right, I'm going to continue.
that went badly.
I'm going to say why you should go your first time in people mode, and
Don't,
it's
yeah, I am listening. Don't worry. I am just trying not to die right now.
maybe you should call 911. I'm just no. The reason why you should go in people mode is because Randy Hoffman, I am on a Minecraft server hosted out in the hallway.
Nope, 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 nope.
Um,
Oh, you slut. Oh my God, I've got 1 HP.
Can I finish my story, please?
No. Yeah, go on.
So, my audience, thank you for bearing with my my puppy guest here.
I am so gonna die.
Yes, you are. But that's beside the point. The point is that I'm trying to make is why you should go in people mode first, and that's because there are a lot of people there who make kink their life. They live and breathe the particular kink, and they're basically gurus. They're great teachers on the subject. So if you have like any questions on like what does this feel like, how is this, not only that, but you get to try so many different types of kinks. Kinks that, like, you know, you can try impact play, flog, you know, you can do so and learn so much and so much about yourself by going to these events and talking with like I went to an event, they had like wax play, they had those thank you, Johnny. No, what was it? Like, it's the vac beds. I got a chance. I didn't actually get to try the vac bed. I really wanted to, but I had other things. But like, and then they had these things where like they had fire play, but they would do like suction cup, like with the little glass, sensation play, and like there's just so much you can learn by going to a kink event. Just being that puppy in the and not being in that puppy space, just by like seeing, you know, what's going on, and like it's definitely an experience I would recommend for anyone. And then go again next year, or go to a different one later in that year as a puppy, or as a gimp, or whatever kink you're interested in being in.
Why didn't they give me any health?
Because I heard you.
Hell?
Because I heard you complaining. That's why.
No, I got a health icon, and it gave me more health, but I still only got 1 HP point.
All right, settle down, hon. Oh, what's your thoughts on like drag? I mean, obviously,
On drag.
yeah, like doing drag. I'm not
drag
saying that.
queens,
Yeah,
or-
yeah. Like, Like
Ugh.
I find
Um,
they're some of the most funnest people to hang out with.
they're brilliant.
I hanged out with there was a
I
drag.
ran out of ammo. Shit.
There was a drag when
Mm.
I went to the event. There was a drag queen who was
I just
hosting.
cheated death.
I'm turning your volume down. Anyway, there was a drag queen that was hosting um
I love that. Thank you.
anyway, there were no uh, there was a drag queen hosting a particular competition at the event I went in 2015, where it was like just as like a you walk up on stage, you like dance and twirl and stuff, and people would clap and cheer, and you get ranked. I was the only puppy there, and I had at that point been a puppy since 2012, so 12, 13, 14, 15. So that was like for 3-4 years, depending when I started in 2012. And I don't remember. I mean, I remember it, but it's like thinking back, I was definitely like in a puppy space because I got second place. Some girl won because she had like big boobs or something. But I
I completely missed that.
I got up on the stream or on the stage. I just sort of like just started dancing and moving and like getting on my knees and being and like walking into the audience, walking back, and just sort of been like making a lot of puppy sounds, like doing that like cute thing where puppies will put their paws on their face and just sort of wiggle their head and stuff. And I just did that, and people cheered, and I don't know if it's because I was the only puppy there, or it was just because it was my charisma or what. Like in puppy mode, I was carefree. I was just getting up there. I didn't really. I mean, at that point, I was pretty comfortable in crowds already. But when I was in that puppy mode, like I just didn't care. I was just being happy and fun. I didn't have like an agenda. I was just doing it because it was like fun. And by applause, I got second place, I guess. So.
Well done.
No, I mean it was just some impromptu thing. It was just who if you want to like do this thing, sign up for this event. And at that point, I was in a neoprene surf suit. I didn't have my rubber suit at that time.
What are these shields made of? Jesus.
But yeah, no, that was fun. And that remains to this day the only event that I've ever gone to because work and life, I guess. But yeah, I definitely recommend going to some kink event.
I tried to go to a regular event, but I don't always get there. I missed February's event because of work and money issues, so I'm going to make sure I'm going to be going to April's.
What, Claw? I don't know. The problem is I'm in New York.
Oh, you whore of a fucking bats thing.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have advertiser monetization because your voice would demonetize me. Pup Damon can't. His internet is crap, so he's not playing with us. So he's going to fail grade school on the grounds of doesn't play nice with others. But that's okay. So what's up with you? Tell us about the game you're playing, since you're sort of talking about it right now. He died. Okay, that's fine.
A lot of fun.
Oh, there you are. Okay, so tell us about the game you're playing. Describe what's happening on your screen. Oh, Randy.
What's happening? Well, I'm currently walking around a dungeon, swinging a sword and lightning around, trying to kill enemies before they kill me.
Randy Hoffman in chat asks, what is a kink event?
Where's a kink event? I need to update this chat because I'm not getting anything.
Just refresh.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, I did.
Do you want to handle
Where's a
that?
kink event? It's yeah, it's an event that people go to if they're into kink.
Well, don't.
Simple as.
You can't.
It could be specific. It can be for specific kinks, or it can be for a mix of kinks.
What you should, as a rule of thumb, you shouldn't use the word to describe the word. So a kink event is a place, usually some big city somewhere, where it's generally held annually. It doesn't have to be. But with people who are into fetish and BDSM and things of the sexual nature, like flogging and puppy play, pony play, dressing up in different things, drag queens and all that sort of stuff. There are events around the country that attract these individuals like ourselves en masse. So
I could be wrong, but I don't think there's actually that many pony events.
Well, not specifically, but if you're going to like a kink event, usually it's just everyone's in, whatever you're into, come and bring it.
Suppose so.
Wow, we've got pretty far.
I haven't really been to many events myself, so I can't really say.
Yeah, no, it is. It can be difficult to get to them. Anyway, so these events are held around the country, like Claw or Mid-Atlantic Leather, Folsom. It's just, I think the Recon, because Recon has some they like, yeah, I don't know what their image is, but they definitely feel like they lead on like they're number one. But there's so many of these events, and you go, you learn about kink and fetish, the fetish community, and you get to meet people of a similar taste. You can network with them. There's usually booths where you can buy a lot of gear. But see, events are great for finding vendors. Like, there are so many vendors at these events. And it's a great way.
I legitimately thought you just said there's boobs you can buy.
Well,
I wasn't listening properly.
I'm sure those exist as well.
You can just go there and buy a pair of tits. Why not?
Well, I mean, plastic surgeons do wonders these days. No, these things, they're a great resource. I will say that maybe I'm biased, because we're both gay and definitely kinky, so we might think that only gay people go to these events, but I'm sure straight people into kink exists. I mean,
they do. They're weird.
Well, I just assumed everyone. Oh, okay. My candles aren't lined up.
Choice.
Anyway, no, I was going to make a joke that like all the torture devices of the ancient medieval times were really just.
I love the fact that Johnny just goes, "Wow, that hole is pretty deep." It's like, what are you doing, Johnny? This is a family-friendly stream, don't you know?
It is no such thing, and anyone who's here thinking that we are family-friendly,
He just needs a fucking brain scan.
well, maybe they just are so desensitized. Like, I found that, like, I'll see something funny or think of something funny at work, and I'm about to turn around and be like, hey, guess what I just thought of, and then I think to no, never mind, because I forget being around kink so much that not everyone is into it. Like, I'll see like a cute furry pic of some fur with the dick out or whatever, totally benign, just a self-portrait, and then I don't even notice the dick. Like, I don't even see the picture as like inappropriate. I just see like the body and the head and everything like that. Then I'm like, oh, I can't show this because But no, yeah. So it's just when you get into this, you'll meet a lot of interesting people, and if you're lucky, you'll find the love that exists in the community. Because get yourself a nice daddy or a bear to hug you, and as long as you're like okay with that, or you're good friends with them, you're just sort of like, as a puppy, you'll just sort of like melt, and you'll drop instantly when that happens, and then you'll go off and play with all the other puppies. But it's a wonderful experience going to an event.
I need to change this weapon. It's fucking shit.
Robert Litwin in chat. As I often go to Folsom, I see a lot of people, LGBT, straight, etc. There are many different kinds of people and things that go on at them. Rubber play, leather, pony, cats, BDSM, etc. Yeah, the diversity at these events is incredible. And yeah, I mean, I want to have some. I want to go to an event and just enjoy it, not as like Pup Shepherd, the YouTuber, but just a puppy there to have fun and just to enjoy the moment, I guess. Because kink at the end of the day, kink with love for the person you're doing it with is probably, I mean, I can't say, I don't want to speak for everyone, but it's like that's like what everyone strives to have, essentially, because when you trust the person you're playing with, it just makes the whole thing a lot more amazing, and something that I hope everyone gets a chance in their lifetime to experience if they are into that kind of thing. Thank you, Jed Zat, for saying you live.
I'm just looking at the chat now.
I will.
He was telling me off because he was talking about mining a hole. And so I'm sure you're mining a hole.
Try joining
As
the mic.
often as he goes to Folsom SF, he sees lots of things. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I guess.
Some person going, I love your stream, can you react to the newest video? Basically looking for attention.
Yeah, that's fine, I guess. I guess I could peek a look at his channel after the
probably,
stream.
at some point, if I can be asked.
Hey, be nice. Give him the benefit of doubt.
Oh, I'm lazy.
I will look at your channel later. As a person, it's well known, I've said it before, I'm in central New York, small little college town. New York City has a lot to offer in terms of bar meets and that sort of like leather club feel. I guess there's a place down there called the Eagle that everyone's like, dude, you gotta go to the Eagle. Which it sounds like, when I hear the word the Eagle, it sounds like some place that has like Grateful Dead music playing and like Steve Bon Jovi or something.
I need to remember that I have a shield. Keep taking unnecessary damage.
But if you can't go to a big event, look for just see if there's like local bar meets that you can go and meet other kinksters there, because that's just the way to do it in this community, because it's like I mean, there are websites, but because this community is what it is, and it is, obviously it's about sex, and
well, not all the time.
Not all the time.
That I know.
You can be non-sexual, but
I didn't realize I could do that.
when we're being realistic about what it is,
I can knock the bombs away. That's amazing. Have a bomb.
when we're being realistic, it is about network. you're not gonna like find like one website where everyone just is on. I mean, sure, you got Recon, you got Folsom, and you got like, or not Folsom, but FetLife, and
I want to go to Folsom. Folsom, sorry.
everyone does, I think. Um, like because there's not like just one communal website for everyone to go.
Bruce is saying helping me has a problem. What's that?
What's your problem, Rooster? But because it's not like you really have to go to these things if you want to like find other people. Yes, there's Telegram. Yes, there's social media. But if you want to network and you want to find other people in the kink community, you have to go to bar meets and you have to like go to events and you have to like say hi. Like Twitter is fine.
You have to be really active.
You know, Telegram is fine and all, but the problem with Twitter and Telegram and other social media is you get everyone in every country in around the world. You're not going to find local people that easily. I mean, yes, statistically, you could open up WoW or some other massively multiplayer game, make a friend who just happens to live in your same city. But I've been playing, for instance, Second Life for like 13 years. 2 people, maybe 3, in 13 years have lived within 25 miles of me.
Yeah, nice.
2 people. To give you some perspective of on a global platform, how easy it is to find someone who lives near you. So
I mean, this one thing, this one. Hold on, there's one of the lucky things about kink. If you have a certain kind of kink, you're always going to get sex. Doesn't matter how ugly you are, you'll always get sex.
Well, I made the joke that how gay guys say hello is we fuck. So.
I mean, I would try and deny it, but it is pretty true. Ow.
Yeah. So, other things you can do is open up Grind.
Okay, this shield is fucking amazing.
If you open up Grinder and you filter by leather tribe, that's sort of like the unofficial kink marker, like, you know, thing. So, or at least in my experience, that's what I found. So, Cam's dying less this stream. Chat's hopping. 8 people watching. Thank you, everyone.
Nice.
Sometimes, Robert says, sometimes there are bar meets that allow under 21 in the United States.
Ow.
Before a certain time, check with your local bar. Yeah. Yes, I guess. Yeah, what do you think? Like, this community isn't, like, conducive to people super young. Everyone gets, like... I think what happens a lot of time... Well, the same thing happens with ladies in the community, too. You get people who turn 18 for the first time. You know, they're either furries or they're kinky, and they immediately get pressured to find a daddy. It doesn't matter if they are dominant themselves or they want, you know, something. You know, they don't want a daddy, but they're pressured into it because, you know, it's expected that they find one. That was a big problem with ladies who want to get into puppy play. They feel like they get rejected by the community, and then they just end up getting into the little daddy, dummy. What's that called? Daddy, little girl.
Yeah, daddy, little play.
Little play. Yeah, they end up doing that route because it was just. I don't know if it's still true or if people still experience it, but they go that route because they just get pressured into it, and they don't actually get to be a puppy like they wanted to be, or whatever other kink that they wanted to be in. You're young.
Mean, I know that I never felt pressured for it, but I can imagine a lot of women probably will be. due to the fact that it is a predominantly, what I've noticed, gay male thing. So gay men obviously have no interest in women at all, so they don't want to deal with the women in the community. So
And-
they have no no time for them,
And
basically.
especially in the straight community,
And the straight ones that are in the community obviously
have
are not part of the usual gay part of the community, which is much bigger, so it's a limited number. And obviously most men are like, regardless of what it is, I'm in control. So
yeah.
it becomes a point where women are just not really part of the community, they're more of just sort of there.
I
Makes
think.
sense.
I mean, I've had some puppies, lady pups, on the show. I think it's getting better slowly, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I haven't
Fuck
been.
off.
I haven't been to an event
Oh, fuck.
since 2015, so it could be a lot better. If you're a lady into kink in chat, correct me.
So I
How
could
is
be wrong, but from what I've gathered, there's not very many female pups.
not a lot. A lot of FTM pups, I think, because the majority of lady pups, or
Dead.
that well, of the pups who are cis female that I've had on my Pup Talk series versus FTM, more have been FTM. And I don't know if that's a representative sample because I've only had like 5 or 6 either FTM or cis female on the show, and I always ask them, how receptive has the community been to you as a lady pup? And it's always a complex answer. It's not a simple, it's been good or it's been bad. It's always been. So if you're interested in hearing that perspective firsthand, not from me or Pup Damon, but from a FTM or a cis female, check it out. They definitely have some good insights, playlists in my channel. But I think it's something that, as a community, once we get to a point when we don't have to ask the question anymore, we'll be headed in the right direction, I think. Because if you have to ask the question, there's something probably that needs to be worked on. Keep talking. I'll be right back with you. One moment.
You're streaming.
I'll be back. Don't worry.
I guess I'm left alone now. Okay. This is just going to be a few minutes of awkward silence because I don't know what to say. He usually keeps the chatter up and asks questions. So we're just going to have a minute of silence for reasons that I can't decide why. Die, you bastard. I just killed myself by fucking falling off a cliff. Joyce. Shepard, hurry up. This is really weird. Note yourself, I can be a YouTuber, but I cannot be a streamer. I am not interesting enough. Oh, and Johnny Daddy is basically something else for Little Play. It's usually an older gentleman who does little fuck. Sorry, there we go. Doing a Little Play. We call it Daddy by looking after someone who has a little headspace. Yeah, you're back. That was an awkward couple of minutes.
Here's the test. Is the viewer count higher or lower?
Probably lower.
No, it's still at 6. I thought it was at 7, actually. So yeah, it's surprising how many people stick around when I actually can pull a conversation out of my rear end that's somewhat intelligible.
I
Um,
mean, it was. I am surprised. I will not lie.
now I just have to come up with something else so they stick around. Hey, ask questions in chat, by the way. Um, like, there's 6 people watching, but like 3 people talking, so ask me questions. So what what were you talking about? Anything worth continuing, or
No.
no? What? New game?
Oh
Are you
fuck!
are you excited for any new video games? Um, this
Not really.
2019? Nothing sparks your fancy.
Maybe a new Star Wars game if they make one.
What would you like it modeled? Like the old Knights of the Old Republic, or like a another?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would.
Or another Knights of the Old Republic type game, or
What about like
possibly.
the Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy? I forgot. Oh, it's
What?
the old Dark Forces 1 and 2 games from like '95 and stuff.
I don't think I played those. I played the Jedi Knight Academy games though. That I definitely did.
I played. I didn't play Outcast. I played Academy, and I spent so much of my younger life making maps and stuff for that game.
I didn't make maps, but I did enjoy the game a lot.
Right. Anyway, who's the guy that
Huh?
the character, your mentor? Didn't it start with a K?
Kyle? Yeah, Kyle.
Yeah. So that character was in the Dark Forces game. Like, the person flying the ship at that time was Jane, I believe.
Yeah.
I'd be interested
I can't remember. I haven't played the game for a long time.
I would be interested in seeing Kyle's story continue, because it kind of, huh?
Sorry, I'm getting my ass handed to me, and I'm not appreciating it.
Now, speaking of getting your ass handed to you, there was the okay, so on American Dad, there was a joke or
Shit.
something
Pressed the wrong fucking button.
where Stan's talking about how he can't do something because it's like it would be like totally wrong, and they would hand his ass to him. And then he
Who?
continues by saying they actually chop off your ass and put it on a nice platter, and they actually hand it to you. And he says it's actually a very nice ceremony.
What is this?
As American Dad.
What are you talking about?
I was trying to be young and hip for the young kids in the audience, so they wouldn't
No.
leave.
Well, there's 6 people watching this, 2 of which are us. No young hip kids.
Well, how old do you think you are? You're like 24.
I'm not 24.
What, 21? 26.
I'm not even 21.
18. You know, you turned 19, right?
No, I'm 20. I'm 20 at the moment. I'll be 21 this year.
Oh, you'll be able to drink alcohol officially. Wait.
I've been able to drink alcohol for 2 years.
Oh, really? What's the age in Europe?
It's 18 in the UK.
Really? So they're not 21.
Yeah.
You have to register for the
One thing that
military.
doesn't make sense in America is the fact you can own a gun at 16, but you cannot drink alcohol.
You can fire a gun in the Boy Scouts at 14.
Exactly. That's what it doesn't make any sense.
Well, okay, so the difference between Europe and America is guns. And
You're all batshit insane. That's what it is.
well, you voted for Brexit, so you know.
Well, there's that true, but it wasn't all of us. It was a narrow margin. So half of us are idiots, half of us are normal.
Ah, that was a British thing to do. Blame the other Brit.
Yes, or blame everybody else.
Yes. So
Johnny's he's 18, lol. He's not that young. Yes, you are. You're basically a child.
well, as a person who grew up in a very conservative area and shotguns in the Boy Scouts, and with my stepdad and with my cousin,
Nerd.
I would say that it's a cultural difference. there are those of us in America who don't want those devices, and there are those who use them responsibly. And
You just shouldn't have them.
well, I don't know. I mean,
No, there's no reason for a civilian to own a military-grade machine gun. There is no reason for you to own one.
well, I haven't fired a military. I don't know anyone who does have military grade. But let's not argue
Okay, so
guns.
okay, answer me this. For what purpose does a civilian need an AK-47?
Target practice.
No.
It's fun. I've shot AR-15, but
there's no need. There is no need for you to have that kind of caliber weapon.
I mean,
there is no need for you to have a firearm in the first place. End of story.
It's a tool.
No, you don't need one.
Yes,
end of story.
It's a giant hole puncher for putting holes in paper at long distances.
No.
Yes.
Just no.
Yes, it is. And I've enjoyed the feeling
You will
just
never convince me otherwise.
Drinking water.
There is no need for a civilian to carry a firearm.
Drinking water out in a field. Popping off a few rounds just at targets and having enjoyment with friends and family and all getting together.
Find something else. You don't need to fire a gun.
You know.
End of story. And you will never convince me otherwise. I have fired guns myself.
Did it scare you? Was it like nah? What type of gun?
It was just okay. I fired a gun. Whoopie do. I can shoot.
What gun was it?
I have no reason to use one of them.
Was it a handgun? Was it like a 22? Like a little boop boop?
It was a hunting rifle.
Okay. What caliber?
I don't know. It was like 6 years ago.
Okay. Did it have like?
I can barely remember yesterday.
Did it kick back hard into your shoulder or not so much?
I don't know.
Okay.
Like you said, it was 6 years ago. I don't remember.
Wait, okay, so 6 years ago so 20 minus 6, so 6.
Try again.
14.
Yes, I was in the Army Cadets.
Oh, okay. Archery. Yes.
Done that.
Archery is fun too in the Boy Scouts. I would like to get a bow. I would also like to get a Brett 50 caliber sniper rifle because
why?
Because
what reason do you need a sniper rifle or thing?
Because it's big in my hands and it's like shooting.
If you want something big in your hands, go down to a fucking sex shop and buy a dildo.
Well,
you don't need a sodding sniper rifle.
Oh, it's fine. I'm not gonna hurt anyone with it. I'm just gonna like shoot targets at like a mile away, or 2 miles actually. I think the
I'd be impressed if you could hold the freaking gun, let alone shoot anything.
Oh, you don't hold and fire. With the Brett 50 cal, it's biped mounted. So,
it's you. I'd still be convinced that you managed to knock yourself out.
No, I have your protection.
But your protection against what? I think nothing's gonna protect you if a freaking sniper rifle comes flying back at 20 miles an hour and smacks you in the eye.
It doesn't fly back. Oh, no, these things have the way, I forget how they do it, but they make sure that the kickback is in a forward and back motion, not like an up or down motion. That's why, like.
Sorry, I've just looked on Facebook, and the first thing is, it's funny how posh cunts think riding bikes is an actual sport. I know a crackhead called Kev who could dust the Tour de France on a Peppa Pig bike.
It must be a British thing. Because I don't understand the reference. But
it's a joke.
Oh, okay. Sounds
Jesus.
Fun. No, but yeah, no, the 50 cal is just because it's fun to shoot. And those bullets are like $1 a bullet or something. It's like bloody ridiculous.
Which is why it's dangerous.
No, I mean, they're dangerous if you point them at someone or if you use them irresponsibly. Uh,
You just shouldn't have them, and then no one would be tempted to use them irresponsibly, and you wouldn't get kids going into schools and shooting them up.
that argument. Well, yes and no, but the problem is, there's just so many guns already, and like the way, like it's going to like take. If you're going to, even if you banned all the guns and all that, it's going to like take like decades to reverse
Yeah,
the
but it would take a
mental.
while. It would take a while, but it would get done.
It would take decades to reverse the mental culture that has built up around it. It's so ingrained in society. There's going to have to be a different
Hopefully,
solution to
one
that
day
problem.
someone with some fucking intelligence will sort it out.
Yeah. Yeah, well. Anyway, thank you, audience, for sticking through that. Maybe that's what we should do. Political discourse.
That was less. That was less of a conversation about pup play, and more of just an argument about American gun control.
Oh, I've seen mill pup. Oh, you want to talk about military pups as
No,
part of the
let's not.
kink community. No, ponies who dress up in police riot gear. Military pups, people who dress up and have.
Tony just says, Shepherd loves his big boy toys.
I do like my big boy toys.
And Robert goes, who does not like his big toys? Very true.
Military,
Very, very true.
military. So people who dress up as
I
puppies for pet
personally
play.
think that shouldn't. I personally think that shouldn't be allowed. I don't think you should be able to get hold of military equipment unless you are part of the military. I understand it's a lot of people's kink, but I don't think you should be able to get hold of it unless
Now,
you're part of the armed
I
forces.
was not saying you hold a gun. We're switching conversations, puppy.
No, I'm talking about military uniform.
Oh, you could
Like,
make.
you know, it's actually illegal. It's illegal for civilians to own a police uniform.
Well, then what are all the all the pictures from Europe with the ponies in like police gear?
Well, there might be actual police, but you're actually not meant to sell and distribute police uniforms.
Well, it's nondescript.
You can make replicas, but you can't. You're not allowed to sell a official
Well,
police uniform.
I think
That is
these are
different.
just. I think these are people who have camo, and blackout gear. Someone in chat said truth or dare.
Maybe the next stream.
No truth or dare at this late hour. What is it, like 2 in the morning?
It's 12:12.
Yes. And I have a pup who wants to come over later.
What time is it over there?
7:14 p.m.
No, fair enough. So you still got plenty of time.
Oh yeah. And it's only Saturday, not Sunday.
Yeah, no. I'm not working tomorrow, so.
Oh, that's
Whoop whoop.
interesting. I think though our 2-hour streams are a bit hard to sustain in terms of the conversation though.
Ouch. Yep. I mean, our first stream I think was 2 hours and something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They are hard to keep going though, especially when my internet's going. Nope, George, fuck you.
I think I think what we should do is plan topics for next time.
Well, actually, we've been doing this for what?
I
3 months
I
now, and
think-
we haven't planned a single episode.
I think it's about time. Hey, anyone, ask questions in chat. And, more importantly, post, either in my Discord link. Thank you, Johnny. Post in the Q&A section, or whenever YouTube processes this video, or under my other videos, because I get notified when people comment. Topics that you want us to discuss. Because the purpose of this stream is to answer your
You need
questions.
to word that a little better.
I need a what?
You could have worded that a little bit better. That was a bit of a jumbled mess.
Then you say what I want to say.
If you want to comment on things, go comment on his other videos because he gets notified when it happens.
Oh, yeah. And also
Comment topics for us to discuss.
yes, topics for us to discuss. That's it. That's the how about
That's
you?
what you were trying to. That's what you were trying to get out, and you actually went like backwards over the hedge, under the car, through the plane, and then under the boat.
Half the people are going to be say like do a drunk stream.
No.
It's like I'm not famous enough to do a drunk stream. Yeah, drunk.
And I don't drink very often, so.
So yeah, I think I'm going to.
End it there or keep going?
Yeah, end it here while we're on a high note. I mean, all 7 people stuck around, and at this point, if I just ramble, they're going to be like, well, that's this show. Wow, look at this. I'm starting to go around all 4 corners.
Wow, magic.
Alright, thank you. I'll wrap this up before everyone goes.
The invite is invalid. Can you build a house for your subs and make us rooms? I think he'll be there a while. He's got 1001.
Yeah, and my home internet won't support everyone joining on this.
That hole has gone really. That hole has really progressed.
Yes.
Considering like 5 or 6 streams ago, it was like near the top.
Well, I've been playing with Cam throughout the week.
There you go.
Oh, people keep joining, and I feel so bad. Because they're used to like a 2-hour stream, and I think we're bringing it to like 1 hour.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for watching. I'm going to cut it here because seriously, if I have to talk for another hour, you're not going to want to stay.
You're going to go absolutely
And
nuts
it's like
with the fact you have topics to talk about.
And it's midnight for my guest, so he's got to sleep before he passes out. Thank you everyone for joining. Like I said,
We'll plan something for next time, guys. So
yeah,
maybe we might last a little longer.
I think enough people are watching now that makes sense to actually plan topics. So next time, stick around, invite your friends, because we're going to have I mean, I shouldn't make such definitive things in case we totally fail. But thank you everyone for joining, and I will see you next stream. I promise I'll make an event next time in YouTube. I didn't do that.
He'll actually function next time.
I will function. But
I just sort of turn up.
I think we did a good job pulling stuff out of our rear ends, because we did actually have some meaningful conversations.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good stream.
And let me know if you like the idea of bringing a guest on, a rotating guest, to just talk, so we don't have to, because I'm lazy. So let me know if that's a good idea. Hey, I base my channel on why should I make content if I could just document. And that's why I did
So
Pop Talk.
lazy.
That's how Pop Talk came to be. I was like,
so lazy.
I was like, what type of content can I make where I don't have to do very much work other than editing? And I was like, I will just film other pups talking about their experiences.
Then I show up on the scene. You get a picture of me on your feed, and you go, "Do you want to be on Pop Talk?" And here we are.
Yeah. What this? I'm just documenting conversation and playing Minecraft. But no, I would try to think of topics. It's so hard to be fresh every week. I have a new respect for anyone who does nightly shows and also has money to hire writers. So thank you guys.
You're gonna need a new link, Shepard. It's not working.
How is that not working?
Magic.
Okay, I'll. Do you know how many?
We'll end this.
That link is in so many of my videos. It's gonna be tough. Anyway, thank you guys for joining. I love you all. Hugs and everything. You're all so amazing. And I will see you next time. The Monday show, I promise I will actually make. I promised to do a video last Monday, but I didn't because life. But I would do that Q&A. I will answer your questions that you've all posted in the Q&A section of Discord. I would do that for this Monday. So watch out for that. And if you want to get in some last minute questions, do that now in the Discord Q&A sub channel. So thank you. Bye. Love you all. Enjoy.